What's up, YouTube? It's Mwest here, and today, yeah, you just saw it, we're taking a look at another webcam. We're taking a look at the Emeet SmartCam S800. I'll be doing a few comparisons for you. I'll be comparing it against my Sony ZV-10, the Insta360 Link. We'll be taking a look at the Emeet software. I will be doing an audio test with it, and then after that, I'll give you my pros and cons. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and take a look at all three cameras side by side and see if you guys can figure out which is which. So I have all the cameras lined up side by side by side, and I'll let you guys figure out which camera is which. But while you guys figure out which is which, I'll go ahead and read off some of the technical specs for the Emeet SmartCam S800. Right, so you get 4K Ultra HD at 30 frames per second. You get a full HD 1080p 60 frames per second. The megapixel count for this is 8 megapixels. It has a large Sony sensor. A lot of these cameras have Sony 1-inch sensors in them, which is really cool. Helps picking up some of the extra additional light, like if you're in a low light situation. If you're a streamer or content creator like I am, you see the LED lights and things, and so it's a little dark in here, right? It has really fast autofocus mode. I always forget to do this. I'm gonna get better at doing it. Again, this camera was sent to me by Emeet. All the thoughts in this video are all mine. Now back to the action. And speaking of autofocus, let me grab my Apple Pencil here, and I'll go ahead and hold it up to camera number 1. This is a hard test because that writing is very small. And now camera number 2. And then camera number 3. Right, they're all able to see it. One last quick autofocus test. Camera number 1. Camera number 2. Camera number 3. You guys judge. You let me know which is the best, right? So I'll go ahead and show you which camera is which, and then let me go ahead and compare the Insta360 Link to the Emeet SmartCam so that you guys can see that side by side. I think they're both webcams, and so that's a more apples to apples comparison versus using my Sony ZV-10. So I have the Emeet SmartCam S800 here and the Insta360 Link side by side so you guys can see them together, right? I think this is a more fair comparison. Let me know which one you guys think is the best. And again, I'll go ahead and do a quick autofocus test here for you guys. All right, let me grab my trusty Apple Pencil, which is always hard. Right? Let me know what you guys think. And again, I'll bring up which camera is which so that you guys can see if you were right. I bet you guys were wrong. You couldn't figure it out. All right, next up, we'll take a look at the Emeet software. We'll do an audio test for it. And after that, I'll give you some pros and cons. Let me tell you something. I am pleasantly surprised by the quality of the Emeet S800 right now. It's doing a really good job. All right, so we have the Emeet software here, and a lot of me on screen, but I'll kind of walk you through some of the stuff that's going on with the software. You can bring up a framing grid, right? So that you guys can do the rule of thirds and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Has a couple different ratios that you guys can skip through. Close it all, rule of thirds, golden ratio, crosshair, square, etc., right? Which I think is nice. You can flip your image horizontal, vertical, neat, right? You can choose your level of focus. You probably want to just leave this on autofocus, but you can definitely change it yourself so that you can focus more on the background or more on the image directly in front of you. You can also zoom, which I think is pretty dope, right? Very straightforward software. You can turn HDR on and off. I have HDR mode on, as you can see. If I pop it off, the image is going to reset. Some of the colors won't be as nice. If HDR is available, I normally select it. Anti-flicker at 60 and 50 hertz. So if you have some LED lights in the background and they're kind of flickering, you can toggle this on and off between 2 different settings. You have full image control here, right? You can control your image. I just have the auto white balance on, but if you pop that off, you will see a drastic change in color. And after that, it'll kind of catch up or retone itself, but I like leaving it on. And that's it, right? And a few other settings in here so you can look up the firmware and different things, but it's really straightforward. I connected it to OBS and it just works. So that's kind of what we're seeing now. Llama Llama. Emeet sound test. Llama Llama, red pajama, reads a story with his mama. Mama kisses baby's hair. Mama Llama goes downstairs. Llama Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama. Baby Llama wants a drink. Mama's at the kitchen sink. Llama Llama, red pajama, calls down to his llama mama. Mama says she'll be up soon. Baby Llama hums a tune. Let me know how that sounds. Let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons. $149 right out the gate is a sweet deal for me. I think it's a very sweet spot for these types of cameras. This camera has really quick autofocus, which I like, which is very similar to like the Sony ZV-E10. It has the 1-inch sensor, which helps pull in a lot of light so that even if you're in a dark environment as a content creator, it still looks really good. I think the color right out of the box was really nice. I really like that. It looked good without me fiddling with settings too much. The HDR was easy to kind of set up and use. Everything is very intuitive. The software is very straightforward. Not a lot of things I need to do with it. You can zoom in or zoom out, especially since it's 4K at 30. Some things that I didn't like with it. I didn't like that the only major gripe was the cable that came in the box. I have other USB-C cables, and this particular cable had to be connected in order for me to get into HDR mode. The other USB-C cable I had, I guess maybe couldn't transfer the data. If you lose this cable, it could be a problem. If you have a setup where your camera and your PC are a good distance apart, what comes with it may not be long enough. That's my only gripe. Would I recommend this camera? I think that's a big fat yes. I really like the price point at $149, and if you catch it on sale, even sweeter. I like the quality. I like that it just worked out of the box. I'd recommend you guys get it. And again, this has been an unboxing with Mwest Tech. If you liked the video, consider leaving a thumbs up. Leave comments below. Other than that, I want you guys to have a great holiday, or whenever you're seeing this. If you're seeing this in the new year, Happy New Year as well. I'm out, YouTube. Peace.